Hello, Mike from Greenway. Well, today we're going to take this 2015 Nissan Leaf S on a little test drive, see what the range is. The temperature today is right around the freezing point, 32 Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius. We're going to do a mixture of highway and city driving. So let's see how well a 10-year-old electric vehicle does with its original battery. This one has the 24 kilowatt hour battery, which is the original one from brand new. So let's take a look at the dash, see what we're starting out with. Okay, so the car is estimating we're starting out with 100 kilometers of range, and what I'm going to do here is I'll just reset this trip B. Whoops, oh, I pressed the wrong button. Here we go, trip B. There we go. And we have 134,000 kilometers on it currently, and so let's head out and see how far we can go. By the way, we're setting the temperature to about 62 Fahrenheit. I think that's about 16 Celsius. I don't like to be too hot in the winter. I got a nice sweater on, so that's where we've got it set. Okay, we're 10 kilometers into the ride, and you can see the gasometer has already gone down to 79 kilometers. And this is the highway portion of the trip. So the temperature is right around +1 Celsius, 34 Fahrenheit. And we've got quite a bit of distance to go. We're heading out to a show, and we'll park the car for a few hours and then turn around and come on back. So we will let it fully freeze again and then ask it to warm up the cabin once again. We've got our heated seats and a heated steering wheel on. Although I didn't switch off the heated steering wheel because it was getting too hot. So that's where we are, 10 kilometers into the ride. Okay, halfway through our trip, and now we're down to 70 kilometers on the gasometer, and we've traveled 29.6, or almost back up to that 100. Now, as I said, we were doing partial highway, partial city, so the gasometer was really confused at first because we're doing highway, and then more recently city driving. And it's taken us about a half an hour. We're down to still 1 Celsius, so that's where we're at halfway through, and we're going to park it now for a couple hours, and then we'll come back out, start it up, and warm it up from cold again, and head on home. Okay, well, we made it back from our outing, and we still have quite a bit of battery left, so I'm going to keep driving. And now that it's dark, I did increase the temperature a little bit on the climate control, so it's nice and comfortable in here, and we do have -1 Celsius, 30 Fahrenheit now. So interestingly enough, when the battery was at 100%, it estimated 100 kilometers range. Now that it's at 25%, it still estimates 27 kilometer range. Although in the first 75%, we only went 59 kilometers. But anyway, let's keep driving and see how much further we can do on this 2015 10-year-old Nissan Leaf. Okay, at 21% displayed on the screen there, approximately. Let's see where we're at. 20%, we got the low battery warning. Still 22 kilometers left in our range. So let's just keep going. Well, down at 10%, it's now saying that we don't have any estimated range left. So we are still moving, but still got one more bar of battery, now at 9%, so let's keep on going, see how far we can get. Okay, now we're getting just dashes for the battery percentage. That's the next phase it goes into, and we're at 78 kilometers, so I still see we have one battery bar left though in the gauge there, so we'll just keep on going. Okay, now we're at 81 kilometers and the last battery bar disappeared. So it looks like we're getting pretty low on power. And but I don't have a turtle yet, and I still have full power bars or power circles along the top here. So let's keep going and see how long it takes for those to start disappearing. Okay, you know when your battery is empty when you've got it down where it says motor power limited and there's no battery bars left and the turtle light is on. And you can see here we grew 3 evergreen trees as well in our trip. So 90.9 is the answer when you want to maximize your 10-year-old Leaf battery when you're doing a mixture of highway and city driving. So it's interesting to always push these vehicles to their limits and see how they perform in different conditions. In this case, it was right around the freezing point. So with the heat on and the heated seats turned on and the heated steering wheel turned on, doing a mix of highway and city driving, we're still able to get 90.9 kilometers out of the battery, a 10-year-old battery. So I think that's pretty good for the purpose, its intended purpose. It was never meant as a highway travel vehicle, road trip vehicle. It was always meant as a runaround vehicle for short trips and commuting. So it's interesting to see how it turned out. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you found the video interesting or informative. If you did, I appreciate a thumbs up and consider subscribing for future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.